So here we go with a source mission, and I've been collecting art and antiques mostly. I think I have 8 crates of art and antiques so far. So I'm going to source art and antiques, and so the nice thing here is it doesn't cost me anything. All it's costing me is the time I'm spending doing the mission, and then doing the sale at the end.
Well, the positive here is the cargo is in a crate ready for shipping. The negatives are we don't know which crate, and the crates are surrounded by angry gangsters who won't want to be robbed. Take a chopper, head to the rooftop in the city, then take out the gangsters and find the cargo.
Okay, so they've offered me a buzzard here that I could use for my mission. But it's not an armed buzzard, there's no missiles or anything for it. What I'm going to do is call in my favourite vehicle for this job, the Sea Sparrow. And I use the Sea Sparrow for a lot of these air freight collection missions. Because I'm in the airport or the air base, I can spawn it right inside. Vehicles will appear outside the base, which is a bit of a nuisance sometimes. But aircraft, because this is an air base, I'm allowed to call it straight in. This is my Sea Sparrow. And what I like about the Sea Sparrow, it's a little bit faster, a little bit smaller than the Buzzard, so a little bit more manoeuvrable. It's got upgrades. You can't call this in as a CEO, that's a drawback, which is why I use the Buzzard a lot as a CEO. But this one's got floats, so it can actually land on water. If you're landing on very rough water out at sea, be careful coming down, you can actually land and tip yourself over. But if you're careful with your landing, you can land on the ocean, and that's very useful for sourcing crates, even for the crate warehouses, if you're sourcing crates out at sea. I'm thinking particularly of that one where you get the sailboat that you've got to sink and then collect the crates from it. But the other great thing with the Sea Sparrow over the Buzzard is it fires missiles continuously. It's just a continuous stream. You press fire, and I'll just do that as I come over the top of this hill. A little bit of a pause in between, but generally speaking, that is a faster rate of fire than you'll get with the Buzzard. The Buzzard you get 1, 2, and then there's a pause. 1, 2, and then there's a pause. So this is great for one of those situations where you're spamming away at your targets, you're not entirely sure you've got your targets in line, but you're happy to just throw those missiles out there. And again, like the Buzzard, there's no limit on the missiles, you don't have to worry about running out, you just pop them in there as fast as you can. So I'm coming down towards the target building, which is that one with some blue stuff on it. And what they suggest you do in this mission is land and then take the guys out with a rifle or something. That I don't usually do, it puts me in too much danger. I'm just going to shoot these guys with missiles. So there we go. Since I heard those beeps, I know that I'm starting to get targets. What I like to do is just kind of circle around the building like this, spamming out the missiles. There'll be a few enemies there shooting at me as well. If I'm sensible, I won't get my plane destroyed. Any more? So far so good, I think. Okay, they're pointing at a particular... Oh, I hear somebody still shouting, but I don't know if they're... I like to land on this roof right here.
You're out of ocean.
And they're saying destroy the crates, so...
Fuck you!
That looks like the one I want, but there's also a guy out there. I see that circle.
Huntsman.
Okay, he's not going to bother me anymore. So I'll hop in here, if I can. Pick up that crate. It's going to be a little bit tricky getting through the... I'm going to get close enough. Okay, that should have done it. There we go. As soon as I get that crate, I'm going to start attracting attention. And you see there's a couple of helicopters coming in. I think they're buzzards. Pop back in my Sea Sparrow. And get out of here quick as we can. Now I could stick around and try and shoot at them. Don't really need to. My job here is to get the crate and get done. My Sparrow is faster than their buzzards. You see them there behind me chasing me, but they're not going to get anywhere. And I'm just heading straight back towards the hangar. As soon as I get there, I've got two choices of how to deliver the crate. I can land in the circle, and that'll deliver the crate, or I can drop the crate on top of the hangar, and that will also put the crate into the hangar. If I were collecting multiple crates, if I was working with friends and maybe one of them hadn't got their crate or something, I'd probably do it that way. If I'm just delivering one by myself, it doesn't really make a lot of difference. And those two buzzers are still back. I can see them in the sky back there, but they're a long way away from me. So again, don't hang around and shoot at people if you don't need to. Get what you're here for and get out of there. You're not going to get any bonus points for killing or shooting down extra helicopters. And there's the marker saying land here. This being the cheapest hangar, it's actually also the closest inland, which is in the direction most of your missions are going to go. So I actually think that's a bonus. There's really no need to go for the other more expensive hangars. You can if you want to. As soon as I've stopped moving, there we go. Officially landed. And one cargo delivered. So that was an easy one. As soon as that's delivered, we can go back. And that crate is currently worth 10,000. That's the basic value. Now, they do weeks where you get double value on crates, and it would just be worth 20,000. 10,000 in 6 or 7 minutes is not terrible. It's not great. I'm sure you can make money faster than that doing other things. But as you see, these missions are a little bit different, a little bit fun. If I go back to my computer right now, log back in again. And of course, all this is taking a little bit of extra time. We log in. We've now got 10 crates. We had previously 9. If we want to source, we would have to wait a couple of minutes to source another art and antiques. I could go straight away and do a jewelry and gemstones. In fact, what I'm going to do is wait 2 minutes to get another art and antique, so I've got 10 of those. And then I can show you a sale mission. So I'll pause this one, start again in 2 minutes' time, and source one more crate of art and antiques.